What up, people? Welcome to the Writer's Block. My name is Marlee. This is the show where we talk about all the stuff in between the music that basically makes the music happen. Tonight is no different, except for the fact that I'm actually recording this at the end of the podcast right now. I've already done the podcast, but I forgot to do the intro, so I'm going back. But tonight is no different. It's sort of different. I'm sitting down, I'm talking to you through a song, this new song. It's called Does He? That's the working title. But, it's not going to be called Does He? So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you get into the podcast. Like I said, this is the Writer's Block. I am Marlee, and I'm super excited to have you here. What is poppin', people? Got my bottle of water this time around. Sinus season is crazy. It's starting up. I feel it. And I'm not too excited about it. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Tonight we're talking about this song. Of course, I've been working on it for a while now. You guys have heard it. I've been calling it Does He, but it's not going to be called Does He. I'm thinking it's going to be called Like I Do. Whatever it's called, the joint is fire. That's for sure. But yeah, so I'm trying to finish it up. You know what I mean? I want to finish it up and release it. I don't want it to be like some drawn out release. I kind of just want to give it to you guys and let you hear it and enjoy it and whatnot. So that's that. I battled with the hook. That's where sorry about the chair noise if you heard that. But I battled with the hook, and that's where I kind of was with it. Like, that's where I got stuck with it. And it's so easy to get stuck in songs a lot of the times, to be honest. I feel like in the writing process, you need to be like water, right? Like Bruce Lee talks about it. He's like, you need to be able to flow and crash, and you can be solid and all that kind of whatever. The whole thing is that water has this ability to change. It's free, right? It can go with the flow. It can become solid if it needs to, whatever. And I feel like that's how the writing process is. You kind of have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And sometimes you can see things one way so much, or you can want to see things one way so much that you end up getting locked into that way. And I think that's what was happening with the song. I had originally started out, you guys already know, I'm getting text messages and stuff, but I had originally started it off, does he know your name? Does he hold his coat above your head? Does he share when you're standing in the rain? Does he know your name? These lines came to me super quick. It wasn't like a drawn out process for those lines. And that's trick number one, right? Like, so the trick is, or the way you want to think at that point is, okay, all the rest of the lines are going to be that easy. It just so happened that the next part, does he love your face? Does he count the freckles on your nose? Does he hold the door open on a date? Does he love your face? That came easy as well. The hardest part of this was the hook, right? And I think it was because I started out with the verses, rolled into this bridge or refrain or whatever you want to call it, where it was like, because I assume I assume he's where you really want to be. He must be the one if he's the one replacing me. I felt like that was like enough said, right? Like it was like, okay, that's the gist of the song. You know what I mean? Like that should be the hook. But you always have a one up. You always can do one more, I feel like. And I'm not going to say always. A lot of the times you can do one more. Sometimes, like I said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. But with this, I just felt like there was still something missing for the hook. Fast forward a couple days, I fell off the grid for a little bit. So for those of you guys who don't know, I'm a big supporter of mental health. I myself suffer with some anxiety and depression from time to time. And I'm not going to say suffer, I experience. That's another important thing I'm learning is like, you have to realize, your mental health isn't you, right? It's something you experience. And albeit consuming at times, it's still something you experience. It's not you. So that being said, I dropped off the grid. If you ever see me go through Instagram and I'm like posting, and all of a sudden I just stop It's probably what's happening, right? Anyway, so it came out of that, and uh, you know, I went back into the studio. It's crazy because you would think that for me going into the studio, or I would think that honestly, for me going into the studio would give me some relief from the mental health woes, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I just don't even have the energy to do that. Um, but I am learning. Like I want to kind of accept those times, work through those times. I think the biggest thing is I fight against those times, right? So I want to learn to go through them, right? Anyway, we won't get into that too much. I got into the studio. Me and Gordito Guapo, Dave, we were in the studio down at Maurice's spot. That's the brand digital media. He's definitely come through. Let us, let me use the studio space. I record in there from time to time. So I brought this song in there, and we're playing it through the speakers through the whole joint. It's loud. It's wonderful sounding. And we're trying to find this hook. We're trying to write this hook. We ended up writing and going back and forth with ideas, and we wrote, I still wish you luck on your worst. I still wish you luck in the worst way. Always send you flowers on your birthday, baby. You were never mine in the first place. I was in the worst space, but you still blame me. Show you love till you hate me. Where was he when you were 18 and still crazy? You've been moving on, and I don't think he knows. Right. Cool little whatever you want to call it. It really went well with the song. I know you guys can't hear the song right now, but it really went well with the song. Like as far as the rhythm of it and the feel. But at the same time, and when I say feel, I mean rhythmically. But at the same time, thematically, right? Like the feel wasn't right for me. So a couple days go past again, and honestly, it was actually another mental health break on for real. But a couple days go past, and here I am now, rewriting the hook, and I love it. I love it. So this new hook kind of combines elements of the Fugees with this kind of country feel. And the words are a pair of ocean eyes and a paper heart. I guess I should have known we would break apart. It didn't take him long to find you. But I wonder if he loves you like I do. That to me is like, oh shoot. Like you were saying a lot of shit in the first one, right? Like it was a lot being said. Still wish you luck in the worst way. Always send you flowers on your birthday, baby. You were never mine in the first place. I was in the first place. You still blame. Like that's a lot, right? But it didn't progress the story. It didn't progress the song in a way that felt right. You know what I mean? And I think that's what you have to look for music. I think that brings up number two, right? Like the fact that the when I say number two, I mean the second thing that you can get caught up in. Sometimes you want to finish the song, right? Sometimes you know, and it's true, like done is better than perfect, but there's an amount of rush, and then there's an amount of like I'm striving for perfection, and you have to know yourself to know that. I felt like, you know, it wasn't quite what needed to be said for the song. But I was also very aware of. Hold on, I'm gonna fix the mic. I was also very aware of the fact that, like, I didn't want to take too much time, but I didn't want to not take enough time, basically. So going from that to, you know, a pair of ocean eyes and a paper heart, I guess I should have known we would break apart. It didn't take him long to find you, but I wonder if he loves you like I do. Just there's so much said there, and so if you read this book, if you're watching the video, you can see this book, Writing Better Lyrics: The Essential Guide to Powerful Songwriting, Pat Pattison. Such a great book, and in this book, he talks about, like, I forget what he calls it, but basically like let the paint drip, right? Like, so paint your first line with beautiful colors, right? and then let the paint drip through the rest of the lines. So I could have said, you've been crying and our hearts are breaking, right? I guess I should have known we would fall apart. Like I could have said it that way, but by giving more color and giving more descriptive words and words that people have to kind of like put their own words that people have to kind of like put their own meaning to. By putting that on the very first line, it just trickles down to the rest of the lines. It makes everything sound poetic. So it's like a pair of ocean eyes and a paper heart. I guess I should have known we would break apart. It didn't take him long to find you, but I wonder if he loves you like I do. Like that just sounds so much better. It feels so much better. And I think it really complemented this song, I mean, tremendously. So super excited about it. Like I said, I had originally called it Does He? I think that's what I was kind of working. I always have like working titles for my songs, and funny or crazy enough, they always get like lost. I can never remember what the song was called. This one I definitely know what it's called. It worked out for this one. But it won't be called Does He? I'm pretty sure. I think I'm gonna be calling it Like I Do. Yeah, Like I Do. Or Paper Hearts. I don't know. It's gonna be called something better than Does He? So I'm super excited about it. And like I said, guys, this is just gonna come out. Like I really want you guys to hear this song. I want you to like it and enjoy it. And I don't want to have to go through the long drawn out process that I normally go through to put a song out. I know that kind of sounds weird, like, bro, you're independent, you can just put songs out, but I don't. I do put a lot of like thought and time into the music, and that usually looks like the protection side, which is copyright and all that kind of stuff, which this will still be copywritten, but I just don't want to do the whole like Spotify playlist placements and like waiting for that. Like I don't want to do all that. I just want to give you guys the songs, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to attempt to release more music. Like maybe I'm not Russ, so we're not gonna do once a week. We're not doing that, but maybe once a month or so. Like just putting out new music. Because I want you guys to hear it. I mean, I really want you guys to hear it. I think you're gonna like it. I'm the type of artist where like I get bored easily. I'm the type of person where I get bored easily, and so I'll jump from like this country type feel to like hip hop and rap, and so I hope that you guys don't mind that. Because I don't know what I'll be giving you. Like right now it's this, but next week or next month it could be something totally different. But like I said, I'm really excited for this one. I know you guys are gonna enjoy it. You've already talked about it in the reels that I've released. You've already enjoyed it there. So I mean, I can't wait. I can't freaking wait. I think it's gonna be amazing. And yeah, man, that's about it. Other news. November 4th, if you're in Salisbury, Maryland, that's my hometown. Shout out to Salisbury. If you're in Salisbury, make sure you come to my show. My show is going to be a revival here in Salisbury. I am super excited for that. Doors are going to open at 6:30. The show is going to start at 7:30. I'm going to have a special guest opening. It's just going to be amazing. It's going to be a good time. And I hope to see you guys there. Look, come out. Tickets will be $22. And it's just gonna be a good time. There's gonna be merch available. There's gonna be food. There's gonna be drinks. It's gonna be good vibes, love, all that kind of stuff. Shout out to the band. Those dudes make the sound come alive. Shout out to Gordito Guapo, always getting the pictures. Shout out to my boy Logan for the video. Shout out to the brand Digital Media, because I will be hitting you up, Maurice, for the rehearsal space. Please believe that. That's my guy. I appreciate you. But yeah, man, like it's just gonna be a good time, and I hope to see you guys there. Other than that, man, this is just a brief little interjection, brief little joint. I don't have anything else to say, so I'm about to get off. Don't know why I said off like that, but we're about to get off. And yeah, man, this is it's been great. So.